Welcome back to another NovaBenStorytime original. This time, we journey from the Pacific to the Aegean with a thoughtful traveler named Raymond, someone who reminds us that the most important things in life are often the ones we walk past, until one day we need them. If you enjoy stories like this, please like, share, and consider subscribing so we can keep bringing you more meaningful tales from around the world.
Raymond Viera stood at the edge of the airport runway, a backpack slung over one shoulder, passport in hand. The sun blazed high above the tarmac, but his mind drifted elsewhere, to the palm-lined streets of Honolulu, to the scent of Manapua trucks and the rhythm of pigeons slipping between English, Japanese, Portuguese, Tagalog, and Hawaiian Creole. Home was a chorus of cultures, but lately it had begun to sound like static. When the COVID lockdowns lifted, the world cracked open again. Raymond, known to his friends as Ray, was disillusioned by rising tensions, endless phone screens, and the slow erosion of community, booked a one-way ticket to Athens. Maybe it was because it was the farthest point away from where he was, or something from history class during middle school, but he really didn't know why Greece. Only that something ancient called to him. After landing in Athens, Ray headed for Thessaloniki because he was told it was a good place to relax with the sea, and the mountains close to each other. However, when he got there, it felt like where he just came from, so he headed out into the mountains. It was in a sleepy village outside Thessaloniki that he first encountered the tree. As Ray made his way into the mountains, he spotted a group of hikers up ahead on a well-worn path, their bright jackets flickering between the trees about 200 meters away. He decided to follow, letting their presence guide him deeper into the terrain. After nearly 45 minutes of steady climbing, the trail split. The hikers continued straight, but to the right, a narrower, less trodden path curved into the underbrush. Ray paused. That's when he heard it faint, almost swallowed by the breeze, a sound, not birdsong, not wind through the pines, something more deliberate, a whistle. No, not quite, a flute, maybe? He turned off the main trail without fully deciding to, drawn by the ghost of the melody. After some, the path narrowed, stones crunching under his boots. His water bottle was nearly empty. No bars on his phone. He looked at the blank screen and smiled. Then he came upon it, this giant of a tree, and decided this was a perfect place to take a break. As he sat under the broad-leaved shade of a massive, gnarly plane tree, Ray let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding. An elderly man approached, wiping sweat from his brow with a worn kerchief. He nodded at Ray, then at the tree. In heavily accented English, he said,
"You found our old friend. People walk by every day, never stopping but to stray. Ah, it has watched over us for generations."
Ray chuckled.
Honestly, I didn't even notice it until I needed the shade.
The old man raised an eyebrow, pleased, while tapping the tree's trunk, and said,
"Exactly. It gives without asking anything back."
Wow, thought Ray. True. I never looked at it that way. That evening, the village invited Ray to stay for supper. He joined a long table beneath the tree, surrounded by dishes that reminded him of home-grilled octopus like his Portuguese grandmother used to make, rice-stuffed vegetables like his Filipino aunties, fresh olives that made him think of the Japanese pickles his neighbor would gift every New Year. Though the ingredients were different, the flavor spoke a familiar language. As the dining came to an end, there it was again, off in the distance. Like a memory half-remembered, the melancholy flute drifted through the air. Come to think of it, I never did find that player, thought Ray. But sometimes he wondered if the tree had been calling all along. The villagers started to gather round Ray, asking questions about where he is from and so on. He told stories in 3 languages, shifting between them like waves at Lanikai Beach. He even rattled the story about Hawaii's famous tree, the koa, where it was considered sacred to the Hawaiian people, and at one time, only used by the royalty of the islands. The word koa means warrior. The wood was used to make canoes, spear handles, and even surfboards. The villagers were delighted. They asked about Honolulu, about the melting pot of the Pacific. They were curious, genuinely curious. That night, lying under a canvas of stars, Ray understood something he hadn't seen before. The world didn't need a grand reinvention. What he needed was to remember the value of things quietly constant, like the roots of the plane or the koa tree, like the comfort of a shared meal. Like the languages and traditions passed down by those who came before, his multicultural heritage, once something he overlooked or saw as complicated, was the very thing that connected him to others wherever he went. The tree had no blossoms, no fruit, but it gave shade and showed strength. Years later, whenever he told the story of his journey, he always ended with this: sometimes, the most important things in life are the ones we walk past without noticing, until one day, we need them. And in the corner of every town he visited, he always looked for the oldest tree.
Thank you for tuning in to NovaBenStorytime's presentation of The Shade of the Plane Tree. The central theme is, we often overlook the most important things until we need them. It also noted that no matter how far we travel, we never really forget where we came from. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share and subscribe if possible.